Hi there, everyone. Happy Tuesday. I'm King 5 Meteorologist Adam Claibon here with you on a dry evening, chilly evening yet ahead, but a wetter latter part of the week. Still going to be in the forecast as we head on into somewhat tomorrow, but really more so Thursday and then into the weekend. We're going to talk about how much rain is on the way, kind of time it out for you because a few of us will see some showers tomorrow, so we want to let you know exactly who will be in store for seeing some of those light raindrops here across western Washington, and some chillier temperatures still around too. Now, that's helping with some lower snow levels for the time being. What's going to happen, though, later into the week, milder air will arrive. And so instead of seeing highs in the 40s like we've been noticing here recently, we're going to see those highs here in the lowlands get back into the 50s, and those snow levels will start to creep up above past level as we go later on into the week as well. Generally, though, around 4,000 feet, if not above. So we're still talking about maybe Stevens Pass, White Pass, still seeing some snow as we head later on into the week, but we are going to see less of it. No really big totals on the way for us with any of these systems which will be heading our way. Tomorrow again should be a generally dry day. We'll just have more of those clouds in place. Temperatures only in the mid 40s or high. It's going to be a cool afternoon, really. We'll call that chilly. 48 by the time we head on into Thursday. More showers on the way by that point. We'll see more rain as we head into Friday through the weekend and into the start of next work week. Bellingham, sun getting ready to set right here, and you can see a little bit of a clear sky. That's going to help things to cool down rather quickly once we head on into the night there. A few more clouds here in Tacoma. Expect to see those lows in the upper 30s as we head on into our evening, and here in Seattle, more the same too. Just a lot of clouds out there with a few breaks in the clouds, and temperatures right now which are sitting generally in those mid to upper 40s. We're going to drop down into the upper 30s for overnight lows, keep a lot of the clouds around, and really dodge a lot of the rain into the day for tomorrow. Now, I wanted to show you those numbers that are popping up across the passes because, again, as we go later on into the week, we are going to see those numbers continue to climb above the freezing point. And Mission Ridge is going to be trying to open here later into the week. They've been seeing, with these colder temperatures, the ability to produce their own snow. We really haven't seen a whole lot coming from the sky, from Mother Nature itself. So with the warmer temperatures still yet ahead, we're going to be continuing to keep an eye out for maybe some snow up across the mountains, and you'll see here in the totals here in a bit, but it's just not looking like a whole lot for our resorts here as we go throughout the next week or so. Temperatures for many of us here in the lowlands in the 40s, though, if you're heading out the door here for the evening. Here's radar. You can see things are pretty quiet there. Not a whole lot to report on, and really not a whole lot to report on over the next 12 to 18 hours. Here we are at 10 o'clock tonight. Some of those clearing skies beginning to become a bit more cloudy. 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, if you're heading out to work or taking the kids to school, a lot of clouds in place, little rain out towards the north coast maybe, but a lot of that shower activity will be pretty light. And by the time we head on into tomorrow evening, tomorrow night, 5 to 6 o'clock, some clouds trying to break apart, but the rain that's going to be more substantial, more organized, doesn't really come in until we head closer to late tomorrow night around midnight, early into Thursday morning. And it will be at that point that we're seeing more of a steadiness to the shower activity that will be heading on through. And that's really going to be around for us heading into the start of Thursday. So a wet start to the day there. You can see maybe a little snow across the mountains too initially before some of that warmer air tries to win out and tries to change that back over to maybe some rain, or we see a mixture of the two. Snoqualmie Pass, we're one of the spots to probably see mainly rain with this as it comes on by. 2 p.m. on Thursday, showers beginning to wind on down. We'll head on into the day on Friday. More rain yet on the way, but again, a milder system really starts to crank up those snow levels, so we'll get those up to around 6,000 feet. And limited snow ahead for the mountains and the passes here in our resorts as we head on to that point, with additional rain to come for many of us here in the lowlands. All right, let's talk about some of those totals. Rainfall amounts, how much are we expecting? Well, as we head on into more so that Wednesday night, Thursday, Friday time frame, about a half an inch, getting closer to an inch by the time we head into the middle and latter part of the day on Friday. And then as far as the snow amounts that we're expecting with this, we're going to keep that pretty limited as well. Baker getting up closer to about maybe a half a foot, but as I mentioned, even though we do expect to see some snow around Stevens Pass, White Pass, up Crystal Mountain, it's just not going to be a whole lot. We're going to keep a lot of those totals there closer to about maybe 2 to 3, maybe 4 inches. And I would think that 1.3 that you see there at Snoqualmie Pass going to be really hard to do with some of the higher snow totals that we're expecting. Rich, though, again, we've been able to produce some snow with the colder air here recently, so that's kind of helping us out, but not much human nature or Mother Nature snow ahead for us, or natural snow, we'll call it that, as we head on into the next few days. Overnight tonight, temperatures dropping down into the upper 30s and the low 40s. So a chilly start, a bit cooler there in Bellingham. We saw the clearer sky, so that's going to help us drop down to just above that freezing point. High tomorrow getting up to around 45 in Orcas Island. Blaine will hit 44 for a high. We'll be in the mid-40s around Mount Vernon, down around Arlington, and in Marysville at 45 degrees. Monroe reaching a high of 45. Oak Harbor around that same number. We'll see the highs remain more so in the mid-40s down this way around King County and the Kitsap Peninsula. Down around Enumclaw, 43 degrees there. 45 in Puyallup, 44 in Olympia. Expecting farther south, more the same numbers there with more 40s as you head closer to the Chehalis Valley, while areas out towards the coast will stay more so into the upper 40s and low 50s, and we'll keep more of the upper 40s up towards Tahola and in Claylock, Forks, and in Nia Bay with mid-40s around Quilcene, Port Townsend, and in Sequim. All right, here's your 7-day forecast. Expect things to become a bit more active as we go later on into the week, but as far as another dry day, I think tomorrow is going to be that. Just generally dry with a few sprinkles or light showers here and there for us, with better chance of rain coming in as we head on into late Wednesday night into the day on Thursday, and then as we continue and proceed on through Friday and into the upcoming weekend. I know we're heading into first a week or so now of December, and we kind of would like to see a lot more of that snow, especially those of us who are big skiers and snowboarders. So we would love to get that up across our resorts. Not looking like it's going to be a whole lot, but we do at least to get more of those systems coming on through, more of an active pattern coming on by. So that's going to help to at least provide and produce the moisture. Now we just got to get that cold air to kind of help bring it all together. Okay, everyone, well, try to stay warm if you're heading out early tomorrow morning, and have a wonderful Wednesday. We'll talk to you soon.